I have noticed something of interest to me. It's a bit surprising and shocking, yet mind-blowing and heart-opening at the same time. Strength. I've observed that there are many beautiful beings in my world who I would consider not only physically strong, but they actually possess a high tolerance to endure physical pain. Right? When you talk to them about what they might be going through or what's ailing them, and on the outside, they continue their day-to-day routine like it's nothing, but realizing that they have some type of dis-ease or condition that really is quite a discomfort. Or even those who have such a high threshold that they can experience pain as pleasure, right? I have many, many, many beautiful beings I know who absolutely enjoy tattoos, and I think it is an amazing art form for several different reasons. Yet I will tell you, I have absolutely no desire to get one myself personally, because every single person who I've talked to who has gone through that experience all share the same sentiment that it is physically painful to receive. So again, as you might be able to tell by my last statement, I am not one who has ever and probably will never look to place myself intentionally and voluntarily in a position where I am going to have to endure physical pain. Not my thing. Right? But for these other individuals, it's amazing to me, literally, that no big deal. But this is the piece that I found completely intriguing. When I also go back, not necessarily all of these individuals, but a good portion of them, these same individuals who have this high threshold, right, for enduring physical pain and physical discomfort, actually also in other contexts have revealed that they actually have an intolerance and a very strong dislike for enduring what others have called negative emotion and what I call disempowering emotional states. They do not like the idea of having to be somewhere and not feeling good. They, again, do not like this idea of having to engage in confrontation. These are actually oftentimes the very individuals who may shut down or become avoidant, or, you can't even necessarily, they're just not present, rather. They're not present when an intense emotion that causes discomfort is present. Yet, here I am, the exact opposite, right? Like, hey, something doesn't feel good. I'm not going to say that I like it. I definitely don't like it. But I know how to move through it where I don't need to avoid it. Isn't that interesting? Right? Isn't that interesting? Considering that I have this higher threshold for enduring and sitting in the middle of negative emotion, and this has come over time. That's a story for another day, which I'm totally open to share, right? It's become a practice, partly because of being a highly sensitive individual where feeling deeply is indeed one of my gifts. I would even dare to say a spiritual gift I've kind of had to learn, right? How to work with this gift. But it kind of makes sense that if I already have this high level of sensitivity to subtle energies, that I would literally have no desire for intensifying something as creating a physical experience, which there's no need for that, right? Because I'm already sensitive to the subtleties, that I don't need something that is more pervasive or even more concrete for that matter. It could be, to a certain extent, overwhelming for one of my sensitive nature. Why in the world am I sharing this today? Because there is such a gem of wisdom in this, because I know I'm not the only one, right? When we think about what it takes to be willing to sit in the middle of, quote unquote, a negative emotion or a really heavy feeling, a lower vibrational place, and hold ourselves steady there by still able to being connected, being able to maintain connection to a positive story such that we don't fear it, that takes courage, that takes heart, and that takes soul strength to be able to do that. That takes a depth that the reality is we're not even taught or cultivate as children, nor in our culture, how to nurture that within ourselves. And yet, to me, it seems like such a basic life skill, considering the fact that being in this human form, we are made to feel. We are made to feel. This is why I'm so passionate about holding space for others in my tribe, because this is what we actually get to give focus to when we gather together, when we commune with one another. It's like having opportunity to turn ourselves inside out and to project our inner world on a bigger space, to really examine it and to now look at how we can better manage ourselves within it. It's absolutely amazing when you see people grow, or we see ourselves, even when I see myself, right, in these kind of moments, to realize that, oh God, I could, once upon a time I could have said I was a weakling, but no, I'm anything but. And I'm certain so is the case with you. That a lot of times the emotional pain that is literally heart-wrenching and heartbreaking and leads us to our heart bleeding is something that we judge and criticize and run from. But what if that's the very initiation into truly discovering how powerful we are when we just learn how to navigate and to increase our tolerance for those spaces. Until next time, be light.